Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to another Eco Vegan Gal Uncensored. This is going to be part of a series of videos because I want to document my journey going through something that I think many of you can relate to and will probably be interested in, especially the ladies out there. Actually, I think this can apply to men too, although it definitely has my feminine twist on it. The story starts about, 2 months ago when I was shopping. I was working on the fashion video that I recently put up on my main channel called Green Fashion Chic Compassion. And I was at this fabulous eco-friendly store, and one of the things that the store does is they make bathing suits. They make these incredible eco-friendly bathing suits that they've sent me in the past, and I retried them on and really, really love them. I'm wearing one of them right now. And I put the bathing suit on, and I looked in the mirror, and I was really disappointed with the way that I looked. You know, I hesitate to say disappointed, I suppose, but I gotta be honest. Eco Vegan Gal Uncensored is all about being honest and open about my feelings and experiences, and I was disappointed. And I know that people can relate to that. We can tend to be perfectionists, especially women, especially young women, about our bodies, and that's something that I've struggled through a lot in my life, being concerned about the way my body looks. And it's a battle that many women and men face, of course. And it's a challenge because we live in this world where we are bombarded with images of people that are really thin, really in good shape. There's messages throughout everything about our appearance and the clothes that we wear and the makeup that we wear and the food that we eat and how it affects us, and the gyms that we belong to and all of that. It just becomes this big thing, and no wonder people tend to have eating disorders and obsessions about their bodies. And I have struggled through that as well. I did a video a while back on my main channel all about my journey recovering from a kind of minor eating disorder when I was younger, and how learning more about diet, nutrition, and lifestyle really helped me overcome that. However, I still have that kind of more of a healthier perspective on what's going on for me, meaning that I'm not obsessing about it, and I'm not doing eating disorder. I don't have eating disorder tendencies like I did in the past. And when I struggled with binging and purging, maybe a minor version of bulimia, I don't know if it ever really counted as that, but I definitely have obsessed over my weight, and it's still something that I think about a lot. And admittedly, it's probably a daily basis where I look in the mirror and kind of examine my body, and I think about the choices that I'm making and how they're affecting me. So when I put on this bikini that I ended up getting as a gift from the company, which is called Odina, I love them, and I really want to support them, and I want to feel proud. I have never really owned a bikini before because I've always been very self-conscious about my midsection. I've loved my arms and my shoulders and my head most of the time, and my legs, but when it comes to my hips and my stomach and sometimes even my butt, I just have felt really insecure about it and just not happy. And I've received comments here and there from family members and previous partners that have led me to feel like I could be in better shape. So it's always in the back of my head that I should be exercising more, and it's always in the back of my head that I need to be more careful about my eating choices. I've struggled a lot with sugar addictions, and I guess I would still call myself an addict. It's very hard for me to resist sugar, and sometimes I will compromise the health of my body to have sugar, meaning that I'm very, very sensitive to gluten and soy and corn and almonds, and I have adverse reactions to those products, but there are times where my sugar desire is so strong that I'll still have gluten, for example, and I'll end up feeling horrible for 24 hours just to get that little sugar fix. So that's what I mean by an addiction there. And I find myself craving sugar a lot, and I've gone on sugar cleanses, candida cleanses many times, and it still comes back over and over again, and it's very frustrating. The other thing that I've struggled with, in addition to various forms of food addictions, is just never feeling that I was able to stay on a consistent workout plan, fitness plan. I try to incorporate movement into my life as much as possible, but I've really realized that it's not as much as needs to be, and clearly my body shape is not responding to the minimal amounts of movement that I do. By movement, I mean the most that I've done in the past probably 9 months or so is walking and hiking. And I know that walking and hiking can be really good for you, but I don't really do enough. I find excuses like just being tired or feeling lazy or not having enough or making enough room in my schedule, and I let that get in the way. I've discovered that I'm the type of person that really needs to have a schedule and needs to keep on track with myself. I need to have a goal and stay committed, and oftentimes things like the finances of working out or just building up self-pressure starts to help it out. So what I've decided to do, since I haven't not forced, but I haven't put myself into a workout regimen in over a year now, I felt like it was finally time when I looked in that mirror at the bikini, and I just thought, like, I'm not in shape. I may be cautious about what I eat, but I could be making better eating choices. And it was that turning point for me in this time period that I'm in right now, where I decided it was time for me to start working out. So what I wanted to do, with all of that backstory out of the way, is document my journey and use it as a form of motivation. I want to do weekly photos and perhaps video of what I look like in the bikini, and use that as a kind of source of evidence and motivation and progress report there. I find that it's really, really helpful when you yourself have kind of like that before and after photo there, but I thought it might also be something that you might be interested in, to see my before and after. I thought that I would have the courage to show you my before right now, but I'm really not feeling secure with the way that I look enough to show you. So what I'm thinking is that once I start to feel more confident about the way I'm looking after regular forms of exercise and maybe changing up my diet a little bit, I will certainly be sharing what I look like today in this very first video. I'm going to take some video and photos after I finish recording this so that I can document it there. So to tell you what I'm doing, and I really recommend this for all of you if you're kind of struggling in that too, is for me, since it is a kind of a challenge for me to feel motivated to work out, I have to try a bunch of different things. And again, like I said, I have to find some sort of bigger motivation. So I've discovered that simple walking is not enough unless, I were to walk maybe an hour every day. I don't know if I would see much of a results. I feel like walking tends to really impact my legs a lot, but it's not my midsection where I really need to target it. And I've tried doing, having my yoga mat out and doing sit-ups and stuff, but I can't even tell you. I wish I had written this down, but I would say probably for the past 2 or 3 years, I've had this goal of doing just like 10 minutes of sit-ups every day. And it's so simple and easy, and there are all these great videos that you can watch online to help you come up with different routines for your abs. Will not do them. I can't motivate myself that way. I've tried doing great workout videos. If you have heard of the series Blogilates before, I recently spoke with Cassie, who runs Blogilates, and we spoke on a panel together, and that was phenomenal. I really love her videos, so I encourage you to check them out. It's a great form of pop Pilates without using a machine, just at home, and many people have found success, but for me, it's not enough. I've tried hiking, but again, similar to walking, yes, I usually go longer, and it's more of an impact and more of a cardio workout. For me, it's just not something that I've been consistent with. So I find the best thing is to go to a class and feel like I have to stick to a certain time, and I have a financial commitment to be there, and I have other people in the class motivating me, and I have a teacher there encouraging me, and I also have my workout clothes and knowing what I look like from one period of time to another. And I found that when I stick to a really solid schedule of working out, that after this short of a week, my body starts to change, and that's why I'm really excited to start to document it, because it's been so long since I've done like the before and after photos. In the past, I've done them for like a cleanse or something, but I don't know if I've ever tracked it long enough with a workout regimen. And what I'm going to do is go around and try out some of the free, introduction specials that other places in Los Angeles offer. And this is something that I would highly recommend for you as well. So, for example, I went to a fitness event recently, and they gave me a 1-week pass to go to the bar, or a bar method similar workout. So I'm sure many of you have heard of the bar method, BARRE, which I believe got its concept centered around ballet. So there's an actual bar around the perimeter of the room. You do floor exercises, and you do exercises at the bar. I never tried it before up until a few hours ago, and I started off a free 1-week pass to this place in Beverly Hills called Physique 57, and it was great. It was a 1-hour class, and I really liked the energy of it. It was a beautiful studio. I felt really welcome and comfortable there. I had a great teacher. And for the next week, I'm going to do some sort of progress report. I don't know if I'll be able to do videos every day, but I am committed to doing 1 video a week, keeping you up to date on this. So it was a great workout, and I can't wait to see if I'm sore tomorrow. You never quite know, but I think I will be, because, like I said, I haven't really worked out that much in the past year. So after that, I'm going to try a few other places that I have free passes to. And a lot of places also do really great introductory specials. I'm really passionate about hot yoga and Bikram yoga specifically, and I found that Bikram yoga studios always offer about a $50 unlimited pass for a month, which is amazing. So there's 2 places near me, so I could go for 2 solid months. One of them is $50 and the other one's $40, so it's $90 for 2 solid months, and I will definitely see results after that time. And that's not including the week I'm going to do at the bar. And then there are a couple other places that I'm going to check out as well. So I would highly recommend that you look around. The other thing that you can do is look for daily deals. So there's Groupon, there's Living Social, there's all the little small deal companies throughout the country and probably the world, and they often have insane deals at places. Bikram, for example, will often offer them for prices lower, like $25 and $30 for a month, which is incredible. I found personally that the best results I've felt internally and externally is when I work out every single day. And it sounds kind of hardcore, but to me, I kind of need that, and that's what I was alluding to earlier in this video, that if I don't do it every day, if I do it every other day, I'll start to slip. Whereas once I have it every day, it becomes a habit, it's incorporated into my life, and I feel committed to it. And then if there does happen to be a day where I really can't make it, I'm too sore, I'm too tired, I've got too much to do, then I'm not going to feel as guilty because it's only 1 day out of the week or the month or whatever. So I find that that is just a very effective way to keep on track. And I want to close out this video by saying that I am very sensitive to people that have eating disorders, because that's something that I've struggled with as well, and just body obsessions. And I certainly don't want to promote body obsessing over your weight and your shape and all of that. And it's taken a lot of internal reflection in my life to accept the way that I look and to accept my body shape. But there's also part of me that has always wondered what I would look like if I really committed to taking care of my body. I've paid a lot of attention to how my body responds to food, but not nearly enough attention to how my body responds to exercise and working out. And it's just always been a question in the back of my mind. What would my body look like if I really committed to it? Could I get my body to that shape that I've always dreamed of? And I recognize that it's something that you have to work at. I feel like body obsessions tend to lean a little bit more towards diet than fitness. And of course, there are people that can be obsessed with fitness as well. But in my experience, I meet a lot of people who obsess over their foods, they count their calories and all of that, and that's something that I've gone through as well. I feel like it tends to be a little bit healthier though if you're focused on healthy workouts. So yeah, maybe working out every single day might seem like a lot, but I feel like people that are more obsessive about it might work out for like hours and hours on end. And there might not be anything wrong with that either. I think it all depends on what your goals are and who you are and how it fits into your life and how it's affecting you on all levels. There are parts of me that really admire people who can commit to working out for hours every day, and they have incredible results and they feel great, and everything in their life starts to improve, not just their body but their minds and maybe their social lives, and their stress levels go down and they sleep better, and there are so many different ways that it can tie into your overall health. And that's the other reason why I really want to commit to doing this is fitness has never been a huge part of my message as part of Eco Vegan Gal, but I do feel like it's such an important part of a healthy lifestyle, right? You can eat as healthy as you want, and I tend to eat very healthy, but there are people like myself who, no matter how healthy I eat, that doesn't mean that my body's always going to be in the healthiest of shape. And there are, of course, different levels of health, but I find that my body will eventually adjust to a certain eating style and start to go back to the shape that it was in before. So, for example, I lost a lot of weight when I first went gluten-free, but after a few years, it slowly started to, my body wasn't losing or keeping the weight off as rapidly as it did in the beginning. Same thing with soy. The things that I found the most effective though is when I cut back on sugar and oil, and those are very, very common things. Sugar meaning refined sugar. There are usually fruits, if I eat fruits in the right way, in moderation, I suppose, I find that my body responds really well to that. However, I've also done 80-10-10, and my body responded extraordinarily well to that, and I have many examples of people that have done really, really well through the 80-10-10 diet and are in extraordinary shape. But it seems like those people are also really into exercising, and I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. When your body feels really good as a result of a clean diet, your body will start to crave things like exercise, right? And vice versa. When you're exercising really well, your body craves that clean food. And I'm hoping that since eating a clean diet hasn't really encouraged me to exercise more, I'm hoping that exercising more will help me crave healthier foods, and I can cut back on all of the added sugar, and I can cut back on maybe some of the oils that I'm intaking and all of that, and just start to clean myself out. And we're about to go into the I guess technically we're already in the holiday season, so it's going to be an interesting time to start this experiment, but maybe the best time. I want to be able to indulge in the amazing holiday food out there without feeling guilty, so I feel like if I complement that type of eating with exercising, then I will feel better about the food choices that I'm making, and then I'll be ready for the new year, and since all the holiday temptations will be out of the way, I can get back to even cleaner eating. So that's my update for you right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to bring you along this vulnerable journey that I'm on, and I'm also really excited to get to the point where I feel confident enough to show you what I look like. And I guess I want to close this out by saying that I really don't want to fall into that category of people that are obsessed with their bodies or insecure about their body. I don't want to perpetuate that, but it's also something that most women struggle with, and it's something that I think many of you can understand and relate to. I want to encourage you all to feel empowered and to know that you can do anything that you want and be anyone you want to be. And if you do it in a healthy way with a healthy mindset and you're gentle with yourself and proud of yourself, then that's really in your best interest. Yeah, I don't feel that confident about my body right now. That doesn't mean that I don't love myself and that I'm not looking out for myself and being cautious and knowing that this is about health, this is not obsession or about perfection. I think that if you look at it from that perspective, then you can do it in a very loving way to yourself. So if any of you can relate to what I'm going through, I would love to hear from you and any comments that you have. I do not welcome any comments that may be picking on me or telling me that I'm saying things wrong. This is such a sensitive subject for me that I really would appreciate, positive comments. And if you have constructive criticism, you are welcome to leave it. But I generally don't read YouTube comments as a result of the criticism that I've received on YouTube. So if it doesn't seem like I've seen your comment, please reach out to me via email or other social media out there. That is where I best interact with people, and I find to have a much more gentler, positive experience in other social networks than I do here in YouTube. So that's it for now, and thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Hopefully that'll be within the week. If not, that should be in about a week from now. Alright, see you later.